The fourth chapter of James' epistle is divided into 3 sections that can actually be addressed in the form of questions. Let's consider it in that fashion. First, he asks, are you altruistic or selfish? In verses 1 through 10, James writes, you desire and do not have, so you kill. You covet and cannot obtain, so you fight and wage war. You ask wrongly to spend it on your passions. Unfaithful creatures, do you not know that friendship with the world is enmity with God? James simply states there that when we focus on what we want, we wish, we desire for ourselves, and when we do that almost exclusively, we condemn ourselves to emotional misery because we are at odds with God's will for us. That's what he describes as enmity with God. If my life is based only on what I want, then enough will never be enough. Someone will always have more, and thus I will want that too. Selfishness is the mother of sadness. Only when I focus on using what I have to help others is sadness replaced by joy. That's what Jesus taught when he said, whoever would find his life shall lose it. But whoever gives his life away for my sake in the Gospels, the same shall find it. Is a person fundamentally unhappy? Moving from selfishness to altruism is a sure cure for that. Second, James asks, are you merciful or judgmental? How did he put it? Do not speak evil against one another. He that speaks evil against or judges his brother or sister speaks evil against the law of God. I read a statement intended to be funny recently. It said, criticizing my neighbor is a sin, but as sins go, it's sure enough a fun one. That joke, however, revealed a truth that lies beneath it. When we criticize someone else, we often feel that it shows we have insider information that others do not have, or it makes us feel better and more acceptable by contrast to the person we just put down. The truth, however, is that people rarely feel as negative about the one being criticized as they do about the critic. Gossips usually show not how bad someone else is, but rather how insecure they feel about themselves. So James says that a mark of true spiritual maturity is when we move from being judgmental to being merciful. Finally, in this chapter, James asks, are you a worker or a daydreamer? His words, come now, you who say today or tomorrow we will go into such and such a town and spend a year there and trade and get gain, whereas you do not know about tomorrow. What is your life? For you are as a mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes. Now, don't think that James discourages dreaming or planning or envisioning. Those are powerful endeavors without which a healthy future can never be constructed. He is saying instead that virtue should never be delayed or merely dreamed about. If there is love to share, share it now. If there are words of thanks or encouragement to offer, say them now. If there is kindness to extend or express, do it now. Don't think about what you ought to do so long that you condemn yourself to thinking about what you should have done. As Whittier so poignantly put it, for all sad words of tongue and pen, the saddest are these, it might have been. Think about these 2 questions. In words and in actions, what sorts of things identify us as disciples of Jesus? Second, what things need slow, studied, measured responses, and what other things need immediate action? I'll see you next week.